Okay guys, I'm going to show you how I fix the AC clutch problem. First thing you need is you need a size 10 socket to take this one off. I already loosened it, so it's a size 10 millimeter socket. And I'm just going to pop that out. Let's see here. I just kind of twisted it, move it out of the way. That gives you access to this. I think my belt looks not too bad, but I'll probably change my belt here coming up, maybe next year. So you got to buy yourself one of these little gizmos, okay? So it's kind of funky. You don't really need one of these, but it makes your life a lot easier. You have to prevent this from spinning because this is going to spin, and you need to hold this in place. So this is the setting for this particular device. These things move to whatever size you need to, and they need to fit the holes. There's 3 little holes on there, right there, and then there's 3 of these thingamabobbers. So let's see if I can do that for you. So see how it's in the hole right there? Yeah, it fits. Okay, so once you have that, you've got that little hole right here. You're gonna get your size 10 with an extension and go in there and loosen that up. So we're gonna do that, and then on the inside there's some shims, and you need like a little pick to get those out, or a knife or something. So give me a second. Let me see if I can do that. Perfect. Let me get my extension. Okay. So I'm gonna align this. It's a pretty quick and easy process. Get my extension in there. I'm not sure if it's left to loose or right to loose. Okay, it is left. Okay, so you're gonna turn left with this, and you're gonna hold it steady with this. Okay, and so I just loosened it. Now it's loose, so I'm going to just use my, it's loose now. I'm gonna take this out. Okay, so there's the bolt, and then behind the bolt, deep inside, there's some shims, and we're gonna get those out. I'm gonna use my Leatherman knife and see if I can grab some of those shims. There it is, I see it. Okay, so we got some shims. Okay, you see that? There's a shim. Okay, and there's usually a couple of them in there. Let's see if there's more. Shoot, I might have taken 2 of them out already. Well, I might need to put another shim in there. And essentially, it's a washer. So if you look at this stupid thing, this one's pretty thick. I think I took out 2 of the washers. I'm doing this for the second time, guys. So I'm gonna go find me a washer that will fit in there that looks like this. So I'll be right back. So I'm back. So the shim is essentially a series of washers. They look like this, and then they've got smaller ones that usually come with a vehicle. Now, this is the second time that I'm doing this. The first time I took out 2 of the shims, and I just left this, and that was enough to get it to work for about a year. A year later, well, similar problems. So I kind of did a makeshift shim. I used some washers from these because I couldn't find my other 2 washers that I had from that. But anyways, you want about the same size washers. They call them shims. I'm gonna put this on and see if it works. We'll find out here in a second. But all it is putting this bolt back on and tighten it up, and then we'll start the vehicle and see if the air conditioning works. but it was warm. It starts out when the vehicle is cold. It starts out working. The air conditioning starts out working. After it warms up, the AC stops working and blows warm air. So this should solve the problem. This isn't the second time I'm doing it, but essentially you want to remove 1 or 2 of these shims that come out with it as well. Again, this is the second time I'm doing it, so let's see how it works. So I'm just going to tighten it up right here. Just tighten it up, and then to get it really tight, what you do is you'll put that little gizmo contraption thing with a red handle back. But before I do that, I'm gonna see if I can tighten this. You can kind of just hold it too. I don't know, but it feels like I can get it pretty tight even without this little red handle thing to hold it. So I'm gonna hold that in there, tighten that some more. So give me a second here. So you gotta hold it like so. Okay, and then so I've got it held in place. I'm gonna turn this right to tighten up. There you go. Yeah, it does allow you to tighten it up pretty good. So you gotta buy one of these. Okay, and here's what it looks like. It's called the RC clutch holding tool, Powerbuilt. Okay, I bought it off Amazon. It was a little bit spendy, but it's worth it if you have a Subaru, because these are common problems. That was it, guys. So now all I'm gonna do is swing this back. All I did was swing it back, pop that in. It's a size 10 millimeter, and we're done. And I'm gonna start the air conditioning and see if it works. So stay tuned. Okay guys, I just turned on the vehicle and the air conditioning is not on yet. Let's take a look at it. So it's not moving. I'm going to go inside and turn on the air conditioning and see what happens. Okay. So we've got 150,000 miles on this car. There's the air conditioning button. Let's turn that on. Crank it on. That, and let's go outside and take a look and see if the air conditioning is working. Okay, so I just started the vehicle, and I have my temperature gun with me, but if you look closely, you'll notice that the air conditioning clutch engaged, and now the air conditioning is on. Okay, so it's spinning, which is what we want when I turned it on. And then I've got my little temperature gun here. It's gonna tell me what the temperature is. So right now outside it's 74 degrees. I'm just pointing it at the wall and the floor. Okay, so it's spinning and it's working. So right now the outside temperature is 75-ish, 70s. We're gonna go inside and check the air conditioning. And I just turned on the air conditioning, so right now it is 56. I'm gonna crank it a little bit colder. No, it's on max. I'm gonna put it on recirculation because that's what you're supposed to do. And looks like it's working and going down. Let's see, so 58. If I point it up here, it's 78 on my windshield. And then I go back down, and it's getting colder. It's at 50. It's going to keep going down. It's going to keep going down. Should get down to about 40. So we'll give it a second. Again, I just turned on the air conditioning, so it does take a second to kick back on. It's working though. So it's at 47. So 45. So, and again, if I scroll up, there's my temperature of the car. Okay, it's 70s. And outside, over here, on my vehicle, 70. Come over here, it's getting colder, 46. Okay, over here, using my infrared, 43, So it's getting colder, guys. So it's working. This was a success. I would consider it a success. Anything that gets cold down to 40 is a success. When I turn off the air conditioning here, it should stop spinning outside. So we're gonna check that. But right now it's 40 degrees. It's nice and cold. Coming out of the vent, you see the red laser over there. 38, now it's 37, so it's getting colder. And when I move the laser up, again, it's in the 70s, okay? So let's turn off the air conditioning and go look outside. So that's off. I'm gonna turn that off. And let's go see if the air conditioning stops spinning, because it should have when I, if I did it right. And yes, so we turned off the air conditioning. It's not spinning anymore for the compressor. So the air coming out was in the upper 30s. Yeah, man, that's how you do it. It's pretty easy. Just buy yourself one of these, and all I did honestly was just get the knife and just kind of scraped out the shims. And the shims are nothing more than just washers. Okay, they're just small little washers. And there's usually three to four washers inside. So when you pull it out, I took out the two washers, and then there was that fat washer left. I should have saved the little washers, but that's fine. I was still able to get to work. It's working good. And that's, guys, is how you that's how you fix the AC clutch. Okay, all it is taking out a couple of these little washers that they call shims, and I'm good for the rest of the summer. It should be good for who knows how long. I'm gonna give you guys an update later, but I'll give you guys an updated video here. I've got a lot of new information. So all right, don't forget to give it the thumbs up. I appreciate it, and subscribe. So a couple things here about the shims, or the little washers that come out. Generally, it starts off originally from the manufacturer with that big fat shim that you saw, and then like 2 or 3 other additional shims. You want to remove a couple of those because the clutch is wearing out, and you need to take off some of those shims so that it can contact and move the AC to get it to work. Okay, so if you turn on the air conditioning and you're not seeing the compressor turn, then that means your clutch is too far away, and so you need to remove some shims so that when you activate the air conditioning button, it will engage the clutch for the compressor. So that's why we do this. Especially as your car gets older, you're gonna have to replace a couple of those shims and those little shim washer looking things, so that it works so that it re-engages the clutch. Okay, just wanted to mention that brief point. Over and out, and again,